Hey friends, listen, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Q Wine, and I am back with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 3, Part 3 reunion. We find out why Auntie Garcelle has left the building, okay? She left. Listen up. Before I start, before y'all review, either on your way in or out, can you make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel? Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. And please make sure we are liking the videos so I can stay in the algorithm of everything, okay? And let's just go ahead and jump right on in. Listen, while I'm going off key for 1 second, y'all, I just don't like the way this blue look on me. But whatever. That's not why we here, okay? We need to find out why my girl left the building, and I got a little thoughts on why. Anyway, so we pick up the conclusion back up with Dorita Sutton, and y'all, let me tell y'all, the way I would have popped Dorita in her mother clucking mouth, because who you playing with? Baby, Sutton, you should have took your shoe off and pitched it right on that Dorit head, because she was playing on your top, little mama. She was really playing on your top and poking you and trying to get a rise out of you. But you know what? My girl Sutton said, not today. Why are you acting like this? First of all, I was here for it. So Sutton was like, Dorit, who am I trying to buy? That's all she kept asking. Who am I trying to buy? So Jennifer said that Sutton is a generous person, and, she never tried to buy me. But I don't know if Sutton can afford Jennifer Tilly. But let me say you this. Sutton, if you want to come buy somebody, come buy me. Okay? You can absolutely buy my friendship. Okay, I am a good time. I am a kiki. Okay, listen, that's all I'm saying. So, Kathy, girl, wait a minute, y'all. Kathy said that Sutton was cheap. She's like, she a little frugal. So Sutton ain't around there buying nobody because she frugal. Okay. I'm just saying my offer still stands. If you want to buy my friendship, that's a shame. Y'all, listen, don't nobody get to buy my friendship. I just want to say that. I am not for sale, okay? I am priceless. So, we start talking about the drinking issue. Sutton asked Dorit, why do you have to be so nasty? Why do you have to be so nasty? And Dorit says, basically, I'm just giving y'all the 1-2. Dorit, just at this point, she was like, if you hit, I'm going to hit harder. And I'm going to punch you in your damn throat. Okay? Sutton, that's what you should have told Dorit. I'm going to chop you in your damn throat. Okay? Because, first of all, who you was talking to? Okay? This, I'm working on something. So, we get to the comment where Erica tells Sutton, she kicks women while they're down. And I'm like, this broke bitch always looking for a moment, y'all. She been looking for a moment this entire reunion. You didn't have nothing going on. Now you want to come on here and pipe up towards the end of the reunion so you can secure your spots. And now you just want to come up here. You just been looking for moments. You just been the way I would have ate you up and had you sitting there quiet. Like, girl, I'm sorry. Erica just irritated me this entire time. I'm just going to let y'all know that her and her friend Dorit and even Bose pissed me off. But, Bose is all right with me. But at the same time, she irritated my little spirit. So, Garcelle tells Andy, listen, I don't want to answer no more damn questions. So don't come over here asking me nothing. Because she had been asking Andy a lot of questions. I mean, Andy been asking her a lot of questions. They was like, is it about Sutton? Baby, I'm not even thinking about Sutton right now. What she thinking about is how fake and phony you hoes was acting this entire time. And she seen y'all for what y'all was doing. Y'all knew y'all had a phone call and decided to come together and try to go off on that lady, which is why she left. I'm not taking no photo with you. Okay? Am not taking a photo with you FABs. Okay? You'll get it on your way home. Okay? Because I'm learning to work on my colorful speech. So anyway, Sutton said that she's been ganged up on. And Dorit wants Sutton to recognize how low she go. Andy says she has already apologized. And she has. She's apologized to you. She's apologized to your other broke friend. She's apologized. She just went on this apology tour. And we just seem to have revisionist history in all of this. And how the heck you, Dorit, what's her name? Kyle and Erica and y'all other friends was really acting like over these years, and how y'all used to really, really gang up on Sutton. So I am probably with her when she said, to me, my opinion, I feel like them ganging up on her made her feel triggered. It's a triggering feeling. So that's all y'all have done. And then y'all want to come to the reunion and everybody want to act so surprised. Please go to, okay? Dorit said, no, I'm sorry. Andy asked Garcelle what pissed her off. And so because they came back for a commercial break. And he was like, listen, before I start, I need to find out what pissed you off. She said all of it. She said she don't want to get into it because Kathy was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, I really don't want to get into it. And she said she don't think she gets any grace in this group. And she said she didn't feel it today. She said they talked about accountability. She stand on the things that she said. And even though she stand by them, it's still not being accepted by everybody. Not one person looked at her and smiled. So everybody looking, nobody ain't saying a mumbling word. Pay attention. None 4 of them heifers didn't say a mumbling word. As far as like Kathy and Jennifer, I don't think this was even about them. I think it was about them 4 patches. Ain't say a word, okay? So, she was like, they did, because at this point you could tell what their sole purpose was, and the fact that they came on here ganging up on this lady. Like, what did she do? She was asking questions. This is what you're supposed to do, but y'all decided, oh, we gonna gang up on her. So she clocks how fake and phony Bose, Dorit, Erica, and Kyle was. They was fake and phony with how they handled everything. Like they came with an agenda. And the agenda was to take Garcelle and Sutton out. That was the agenda. And it was almost like we gonna throw the rock and hide our hand type stuff. If that makes sense. Okay? That's what I got out of it. That's what I've been getting out of it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I remember in one of my reviews, and I want to say it was not too far back, and I said I was gonna hold my applause, but something was feeling, I wanted to say it, but I didn't get a chance to say it. So what I was saying, it felt like they were creating a new Fab Five. And to me, I feel like Garcelle do hold them accountable. Yes, Garcelle was messy this season. But again, I'm asking questions. It is what it is. Just like she didn't have a storyline, Erica didn't have a storyline, Kyle didn't want to share her storyline. Dorit keep coming to us with this repeated storyline. She's been having this storyline for some seasons now. And so she decided to speed it up this season. Girl, please. So everybody came on some BS this season. So to just only, you know, make it seem like this lady didn't have a storyline, no, none of y'all. Okay. Anyway, Garcelle was like, you know what? It's okay. And she was about to cry. She was really about to cry. I have never, as long as Garcelle has been on here, I have never seen her cry at a reunion. I've seen her get quiet. I've seen her just kind of muscle along, but I've never seen her, make an attempt to cry. And again, I really want to reiterate that the heifers was sitting there real quiet. Ain't say a mumbling word. Because they know she was being honest. They know what was going on at this moment. That lady ain't crazy. She see y'all for what y'all was doing. That's all. At this point, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to get rid of this cough. It has been lingering for months now. I'm over it. Okay. If you have anything, drop it down. I have tried everything, and I'm tired. Okay. Your girl is tired. Okay. Anyway, so at this point, Garcelle has checked all the way it. Okay, she checked it. Cause y'all, listen, my auntie was cool, and y'all have made my auntie's experience a living heck. Okay, don't do that. So, we talk about Erica, and at this point, it's nothing because she came on. She remodeled a she overpriced, went over her budget to remodel a she shed, which was really cute. The remodeling was cute, but as I stated, you using Martin Lawrence, you could have went to Ross, you could have went to Target, you could have went to Home Goods and redecorated your apartment. I mean your she shed, but whatever. She didn't have absolutely nothing. And the only reason she had a storyline these other couple seasons was because of her scamming husband. And I thought that was her ex-husband, but it turns out she ain't even divorced him. So anyway, they talk about her therapist, and her therapist tells her, you didn't deserve a pizza party. Baby, you don't deserve frozen pizza. How the hell you was acting them past seasons, because it would have took the strength of the Lord to peel me up off of you. Baby, because you was doing the most. You was doing the absolute most, Miss Erica. Okay? And now you won't come in all jovial. And listen, I was here for your for you this season. You was a joy. You was a ball. But then you started to act like a whole okay? Won't he do it? Girl. I'm sorry. Anyway, Andy asked her, why haven't she gotten a divorce? And she said, I can't seem to answer that. And then he asked, will she visit Tom? She said, well, no, I'll visit him. I know this sounds bad, but I'll visit him maybe before he passed away. And for me, this is what I gathered. You're not going to divorce him because you feel like there is something, for all the trouble this man has put you through these past couple years. I'm not going to divorce him and not be able to get something out of it, because you're staying legally binded to him to get something, because something is there. Maybe an insurance policy or something, but you're trying to get something. You trying to reap your benefits. And he about did close to Jesus. Okay? Going to the pearly gates. But let me say this. Because all the stuff he did, he stole from them people, them families, them old people. I don't know. Yeah, baby, it might be a nice soft spot next to Satan for him. Okay? And you just trying to reap the benefits of it. And I ain't mad because he put you through a lot. And I will say, you turned a blind eye because you knew stuff. But that's my opinion. I could be wrong. But you give me, I just want a little access to the money. Shout out to Sweet Tea. Okay? Anyway, Sutton and Reba, A mirror reflection, because they are just alike. Okay. Sutton said, y'all, I'm sorry. Sutton said that trip back home was special. She said it was good closure for her, and she never thought she needed to forgive her dad because he left her. And I was really here for Sutton. I'm glad that she had a chance to go home, forgive her dad, have a conversation with her mom, but she still have a lot of issues to dig through. Why? Because she's still on here begging for a friendship from three ladies that, let's be clear, they don't want to. They'll go along to get along, but deep down they don't really mess with something like that. It's optics. Optics is everything. We can't treat something like crap on national TV because guess what? They gonna eat us up on social media. It's gonna look bad. But let's be clear, they don't mess with something like that. And Bose don't either. Because she came in on the Dorit's tail, and so she picked a side. She don't, they go along to get along. Dorit, not Dorit, Sutton, girl, I don't know. I don't know what this gonna be looking like for you next season, but we gonna find out because I will review next season. Anyway, Andy asked, "Are there any similarities between Big Kathy and Reba?" And Kathy said, "No, my mom, she was a little softer, okay, because we know Miss Reba." She was rough around the edges. She just was like, girl, please get up out of my face. Don't come over here for no hug. Don't touch me. I don't know where your arms been. You might be musty. Please leave me alone. That's Miss Reba. Okay? Miss Reba is me when I turn 75. But when I get between my 75 and 80, my 80-year-old, y'all know, because I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here for a while. Okay? Anyway, Erica said Reba reminds her of her grandmother. I'm sure, because you mean to. You act like Reba, okay? So, Sutton said she probably have issues that need to be worked out in her brain, but she wants to do better. She want to do better about the women to be in the group. Told you that right there is a lot. Sutton has mother issues, and she wants to be accepted because she feels like she hasn't been accepted by her mom, and she wants to be accepted by these ladies over here. And Sutton do understand. I think even in this comment, she understands she's a lot more like her mom than she's willing to admit on national TV and in front of them, so they won't throw it in her face next season, because I can see the old raggedy tail self doing something like that, okay? But Sutton, I'm sorry, y'all. Sutton wants to make nice because your biggest ally has left the building. Okay, she wants to make nice, so they won't pounce on it, whatever reason. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. She just want to make nice. So we talk about Kyle and find Mauricio. Okay. Her crystals fell. Let me tell y'all why her crystals fell. Because I ain't want to be the one to admit this, but me and Mauricio had hung out, a couple weeks ago. Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. I can't help that I am the chosen one. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all, for real though, Mauricio is fine. Point blank in a period. Okay? So while Kyle is explaining herself the segment is going on, Kathy over there crying. And I was like thoroughly confused because you don't even like Mauricio. And you said he looked old. I was just very thoroughly confused. Kyle starts to cry because y'all know she knows how to turn the waterworks on. Just to feel like the victim, okay? And she was like, I don't know why I'm crying. Yeah, because it's a reminder. And let me say this. I can't take her tears away from her, but that probably was a reminder. And it does sometimes hit on your emotional parts, and you can't explain why. You just know something is there. I'm being reminded, and It's hitting my emotions. It's hitting me in the ticker. Okay. So she says she talks to Mauricio every day. Baby, listen, I'm not trying to talk to Mauricio no every day. You know, if it's over, gone somewhere. We ain't got to talk every day. We can talk once every 6 months. Okay, that's okay. I'm okay with that. So Kathy said she want to see them reconcile, and I was like, wait, what? So Kathy's reasoning for them wanting to, for her wanting them to reconcile, is because she doesn't like change, and for the kids, Kathy, ma'am, her children are grown. Portia is about to graduate high school in another year or so, and this is not your change. This is her change. So Andy asked her, "Do she have any regrets?" Because last year you seemed angry at Mauricio, which she did, and this year she seems sad. And the only reason she was angry is because she was over there fondling in between that lady's, you know, and as long as you over here, you're not going to give anything over here. Everybody, universal. I'm over here and I'm doing me and I'm living my best life. So I don't have time for what's over here. So over here was like, okay, bet. And over there started doing him. And all I'm saying is it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Okay? So the rabbit took the gun and he left. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So Kyle said it was not, I think Andy asked her, was it because of the show? She was like, no, I don't really think it was because of the show. Mauricio was Kyle's biggest, Kyle's biggest cheerleader. He really was there. I think, over time, as she said, I can believe it when she said, he got his own show, the fame got bigger, the women got thirstier. Because let me be clear, Mauricio is, okay? Mauricio is fine AF. He is very handsome. He look good. His accent, you'll be like, Lord. And she said women are snakes. Ma'am, when them ladies saw you was occupied over there, they was like, you know what? How you gonna leave this fine man over here unattended? Your husband unattended to go playing some tuna. Girl. So they went over there. Okay? Sorry. So we seen a clip of Kyle and PK partying with one of the little kids from Summer House, and I'm just like, okay. Both Kyle and Dorit not really surprised, but whatever. We knew that. So, she said, Kyle said she was looking for a house because Andy asked if she gonna move out. She was like, you know what, I did find a house. The house was across the street from LVP, and y'all know she dogged that lady out to no end. But she says she decided, you know what, Portia's still in school. It don't make no sense to move yet, so I'll wait until after she leaves, and I'll move. And so Andy told her, you should do it. You should move across the street to LVP, because I think Andy wants to see, knew that they had a good friendship and want to see them get along. But Erica don't think so. You can hear her chiming in. And I just be like, girl, shut your hate. So you're just mad because you don't have no rich friends with your broke. Okay? Sorry. Anyway, Andy tells Kyle, you spoke about Mauricio last reunion, and I'm surprised that you're acting obtuse now. I was like, you did. So Erica says, obtuse, what a choice. Did she say obtuse, what a choice? And I'm just like, girl, shut up. Shut up. You just keep trying to have a moment, okay? So Kyle said, not everything is for the show. Of course, you're going to always say that because you don't want to put out the hard stuff. She says she don't want to say anything bad about Mauricio. Ain't nobody asking you to say nothing bad. We were asking you, where did the breakdown come in your marriage? What happened that you needed to go find another woman, and then eventually he went to go find other women? And did he cheat on you? This is all the people asking. You are on a show. You are expected to talk about these things, but a lot of people feel like they don't have to talk about their stuff, which is crazy, but whatever. So Kyle says she wasn't angry to see that picture with Kyle and that skinny lady. Okay, I'm not body shaming. I'm just saying, because y'all know. And so she said it was just odd to see. Kyle says she wants to move on, and she says she will soon. So girl, please, all Kyle's saying is really that girl is her boo. But I really don't want y'all to know until I want y'all to know, because I'm not comfortable yet. And that's just what it is. And baby, if that's your boo, then that's your boo. Okay? Okay. But I do understand about keeping stuff quiet. But for you, you only want it quiet because you don't want people asking you no questions. And you still married. Okay? You need to divorce that man. And then move on. Okay? But you know what? Whatever. Mauricio doing his thing, so you do yours. Just be happy in it. That's all. We don't care. Just be happy. So Kathy is laughing while Kyle is talking about her sexuality, and she talks about how uncomfortable it was for her to share this with her daughters. And I'm just like, which part was uncomfortable? You know, did you tell them that you were lesbian? That you was a kissing lesbian? She said, girl, we are kissing lesbians. I'm sorry, y'all, my hair. And so, and it was just, honestly, listening to Kyle talk about her being uncomfortable explaining her sexuality was just, she was just talking in circles. And at this point I checked out, because I was like, Kyle, please, okay, we need to get down to why my auntie left. Because I mean, we just need to talk about why my auntie left, because you is fake. Okay, anyway, final thoughts. Jennifer says, you know, her final thought was how much footage production get, but how little they use. And this is a prime example. They get a lot of footage, but they don't show what really happened. Kathy says she had an amazing time. Nothing surprised her. Erica said nothing, because she's a nothing. Bo said she was surprised by everything, and mainly the ladies' emotions. Dorit says she found a friend in life. She found a friend for life in Beauvais. Okay, Dorit. But that's cool. I'm happy about that. So Garcelle says seeing more Sutton in her mom. Because at this point, Garcelle she's been pissed off since part 1. Sutton says how her and Erica got along. And she says she hope it continues. Kyle says she was surprised at herself in the moments that happened this year, like her walking out of Bose's event and yada, yada, yada. How she handled everything. Ma'am, let me say this. You was surprised. You ain't surprised. You was just lying about everything. You was lying about this whole PK situation and how you went about doing it. And you didn't want to be honest and keep it a book and say, I was pissed off at you, Dory, so I started talking to your husband to be even more pissed off at you. Sorry, y'all. And it says next season, by the next season, you'll be living next door to LVP. And then Andy asked for a toast, and he asked Jennifer to give a toast, and she did get one. She was like, something about friend this, friend that, and then we talk about friendship. It was very cute. I just didn't write it out. Okay. So Andy asked for a cast photo. Garcelle said, peace out, I'm out. And Dorit was like, that's unprofessional, that's not cool. Listen, the next thing would have been going upside Dorit's head is my shoe, okay? Because First of all, I'm not even talking to you. I really want y'all to know that I'm not a violent person. I used to be a long time ago, okay? When I was in my 20s. I mean, no, yeah, between 19 and 20. If you know me, you know I used to be fighting one person and one person only. But I change. But sometimes, some people just need to be smacked the piss out of, okay? That is my disclaimer for the night. Thank you. Anyway, Garcelle gets in her, she walks off. She was like, I don't want no cast photo. I don't want no lunch. I don't want no cast photo. Get out of my face. So they play back what she said. They was like, well, she said she wanted a cast photo. And she said, you know, I'm coming here hoping to hash out. She was specific in what she wanted and said, and then if we can get a cast photo, that was not her top priority. The priority was to hash out any grievances that anybody had. Nobody did that because everybody, them four heifers was on attack mode. We gonna come after Garcelle. We already know that lady mad about that, and I feel like she have every right to be mad about that. Okay, so she said she gets in her dressing room, taking off her stuff. She was like, I don't want no cameras around. And she said, I'm always a team player and I never said no cameras. She said, but there was no team tonight. And it really, honestly, Garcelle, it really was a team. You just wasn't on that team. It was Dorit, Bose, Erica, and Kyle. That was it. They created their own thing. They knew what they was going to do. They knew, when the chips go down, we going to go after her. So Garcelle said everybody was assholes. And that's what she felt. That was her experience. Everybody was acting like a-holes. So she said nobody acknowledged her accountability. And she kept it a buck all season. She said what she needed to say. She didn't apologize. With no apology, she said what she needed to say, but she did acknowledge those things that she did, and she acknowledged those things that she said, versus when Kyle acknowledged those things that she didn't acknowledge, those things that she didn't do, and she didn't say everything was all forgiven. Everything was, we just gonna sweep it under the rug. But for her, they kept poking and poking, even, when she apologized. So Sutton is still out there. Sutton didn't go, I guess, until everybody left. So Sutton was like, she is sad. So everybody, again, still acting real dense. Why is she sad? Bo's pissing. I'm telling y'all, this lady, I like Bose a lot. And I don't know. The lady just wanted acknowledgement, and nobody was willing to do that because everybody was willing to be on attack, especially Dorit. Dorit has always been on attack when it came to Garcelle. But I feel like Garcelle should have said these things to them, and you should have just, if you're going to go out with a fight, if you're going to go out like this, you should have went out with a fight. Okay? So Sutton then goes to Garcelle's room. She opens the door and she finds everything gone. Garcelle has left. And she was like, she's gone. We're supposed to have supper. Not today. You can probably cancel up that supper because Garcelle ain't really seeing it for you. She ain't been featuring you for quite some time. And I really don't know what to say. But this has been a decent season. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed Bose as a new addition. The way Garcelle left, I think right now it was just damned if she did and damned if she didn't. And if she came back, she probably would have been everybody's storyline. So I'm glad she didn't give them heifers a storyline. And I'm glad she left. She have other things going on. She don't need that show. Unlike, as I stated last week, unlike other people, she don't really need it. But I would like to see, I am going to watch it next season, and I want to see who they're going to bring on as the new person, how they're going to treat Sutton, and how Bose is still going to be accepted, and how all of this dynamic is going to go in the group, and what's going to happen with Kyle and Rick, and would Jennifer be back. And we all know, I mean, Kat is going to be back, but I just want to see the dynamics of the show. As y'all know, I did not mention anything about Teddy. Not my favorite person, but I hope the best. And that's all I got. But yeah, this was a pretty decent season. It wasn't its best, but it wasn't bad. We've seen bad, not on here, but we've seen bad on other seasons. I mean, on other shows. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel on your way out. And I will see y'all in the next video.